Hello? Hey YouTube, Timo here with my second video. And today we'll be playing the Stanley Parable. Thought we should play like a fun little puzzle game, some light. And this, well, as far as I know, this puzzle game. I believe that there's like several endings you can get in this game, so hopefully we can catch a couple of those in today's video. If you like today's content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy the video, and thanks for stopping by. You're mad. What do you want me to do? It's hard to translate your language. Look, don't even look at the camera. I speak English. Parlez-vous français? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? ¿Hablas español? Sprechen Sie Italiano? This is a trick question. Have I played this Stanley Parable before? I said yes. Why'd I go up? Jeez. That's right, I got the Ultra Deluxe version. I'm an Ultra Deluxe kind of guy. Okay. I've worked in an office before. This this is kind of exactly what it sounds like, and it's very frustrating.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Landscape painting. I hate Monday's mug. Pencil sharpener. And doesn't seem like. Okay. Where is every?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, so everybody's just the rapture. Boy's all white. Oh Lord. Why wasn't Stanley taken in the rapture? Where's the meeting room at? Not a meeting. Get back there. Sales in this quarter. This does not make sense. So before now, sales were going down anyways.
When
Maybe
Stanley
everybody
came
just
to a
quit.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why though? Why did he go on his left? What's on the right? Narrator. Not sure this narrator has our best interest.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
We're broke Wednesday. Financial panic meeting. Okay, so something's been going on. Alright, complete today's unfinished agenda item. Right next day's agenda. Reflect. Standardized graphs. Get Chris out of the broom closet. They were unable to do so? Does this not cross out? And there's no check mark next. Papers are too synergized. Boss appreciation minute. Okay. Indoctrination at its finest. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee, like yourself, but more inclined toward conflict, unless you're the time. What are your dreams for the future? Nature? Plant life. A boat. Hope? Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. Okay. More graphs over here, of course. But what is hot? Profits, profits, profits. Things. What do people want? Things. Money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. We need what? Less reviews. Death sport. Want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule. What have I gotten myself into? Oh, Chris.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Sure. I crouch.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
Can't
just
even jump.
an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Okay, but what if there is? And you're just lying to me, narrator. There's already a pattern.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
You can go FA yourself, narrator.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, that's red. That's weird. Weird. Let's go upstairs. Executive base room. A picture of a factory. I got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Hey, that's a lovely purse. Extreme bathroom. Bath guy testifies in the trial of the century. I have bad vision. Judge me. That's where we came from.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs, trying to input anything, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Hello? This looks like backstage. What is going on here? It's like a Truman Show situation. Stanley on a TV show his whole life. Is that why he was happy at an office job as employee 247?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Like answers. Get that checked.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What a curveball. I'll extension 914 immediately. The light's on. Hello. Oh. That's not ominous at all. But I'm assuming the narrator has nothing to do with this escape. Does he? Maybe this is all just a... You know what? Maybe the controls to the mind control facility are in this room. What does that have to do with all the people disappearing?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Maybe the control stopped working and people just figured out that they were being mind controlled.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wait, what number? We were 247, right? Or is it 427? That kind of looks like our office right there. 247. It's just... Yes.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Very clear
But here was the proof. The heart of the
metaphor
operation.
for corporate
Controls
America.
labeled with
Not really a
emotions.
metaphor.
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
This is offline. Power. But if I destroy the power, I mean, whoever created it can still just remake it, right? What do these buttons do? Idle awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay, so there's an on button, which obviously means there's maybe an ending where I take control of this or something. But what would I be doing with it? There's nobody left in the building. I'd be the only person left. Oh. The narrator was making it seem like Stanley was like holding on a little too tight to his life, his endless cycle of a job. Maybe I turn it on and I go back to work, happily just staring at a screen and processing orders, which, I mean, something I've done in my real life. Okay. Let's turn it off.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I'm a little confused because, I mean, part of that is like he said, Stanley wasn't after knowledge, power. Back at the office, okay. But he said he wasn't after knowledge or power. Maybe he was trying to learn how to let go. But I mean, it's kind of about power. He's taking power back so that he can make decisions for how he moves forward in his life, right? Because before it was all being controlled by the mind control machine and the powers that be. So it was a little bit about power, maybe, but power over oneself. Hey, I really appreciate you staying and watching the video. If you like the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I hope you have a great day. And Stanley, do you have anything you wanted to say? He's mad at me. Have a good one, and thanks for stopping by. Hello?